Hello, and welcome to the three money lies that keep women trapped in survival mode and how to break free. Welcome, ladies. We are so excited to have you here on this lovely night where we're talking about money lies because this world out here is crazy. It seems overwhelming. It can feel overwhelming. And so we want to be able to kind of take a step back and to be able to refocus ourselves, become more abundant. Because when you're in that negative energy, when you're in that negative headspace, when you're in just the negative, it can shut you down. What about you,
Mhm.
Keisha? Have you ever felt that?
Definitely. You get into a space where you just don't want to do anything. You feel like you can't do anything. You kind of give up a little bit, not completely give up, but you give up in a sense when you're stuck in that negative emotion. So you got to pull yourself out of that and know that abundance is your birthright. We're here and it's meant for us to have it. And we just have to
Mhm.
take the tools and grab it.
Yes, agreed. Hey, Desi, how are you doing? If you guys want to hop on, if you have the link to hop on, you're more than welcome to come on. We'll be answering questions at the end, so definitely keep your questions open. Um, so, we don't want to be starting over at zero every single month. We don't always want to be catching up. And you're in the right place if you don't want that either. Today, we're going to uncover the three money lies that have been keeping you trapped. I felt them. I know Keisha has. But here's the exciting part. You ready? You're not just going to hear the lies. We are going to replace them with truths that you can set you free. So make sure if you don't have a notebook and a pen, get them because we are going to be giving you all of the things. By the end, you'll also have a dream life money map. So you know exactly what overflow looks like for you, plus practical daily rituals and identity upgrades you can start using immediately. So, we want to dive in to what brought you here. And this is a reflective question. So, this is a time for you to take a moment. If you want to drop in the chat, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. But what brought you here? Are you tired of working hard but still feeling like you're barely getting by? Do you ever go to bed exhausted, wondering why it still feels like you're behind and you aren't able to get ahead? Have you ever told yourself, I'll start when life calms down?
Mm.
Whew, that question right there is the question that literally all of my clients have a struggle with. They totally backslide when life gets busy, when life gets overwhelming, when life is just too much. And then I'm going to tell you this one thing. Here's a truth right off the bat. Life never just calms down. Life always is a lot.
Always.
Always, always. So if you want to learn what to do when you keep telling yourself, I'll start when life calms down, stick with us, stay on. Do you ever feel like no matter how much you cut back, it's still never enough? Are you ready to stop surviving and finally start thriving? Do you know that deep down you were meant for more? You were made for more. God put you on. I'm not a religious person. I am a very spiritual person, so take this however you want to. But you are not put here for any reason, just to live. You were put here on for a purpose. You were made for a reason.
Mhm.
And you're just not sure how to get there. How can I take my purpose and actually start calling in money? Whatever brought you here, just know you're in the right place. Tonight, we're going to break the lies that keep you stuck and give you the truths and tools that will set you free.
Definitely. I remember
Mhm.
for me, it was one day I looked in the mirror and I realized that I didn't even recognize who I was looking at in the mirror anymore. Everything I did it revolved around my relationship at the moment. I was worried about what he did, what he felt, what he wanted, what he was doing, what he was needing. And somewhere along the way, I kind of just lost myself. I didn't have anything that I wanted for me. I was just doing everything to pour into somebody else and not even filling up my own cup. I stopped dancing. I stopped dreaming. I stopped using my voice. I poured everything I had into someone else until there was nothing left for me. And the crazy part is, I thought I was in love, but it wasn't. It was actually me disappearing. I wasn't showing up for myself. I wasn't taking up space anymore. And it kind of took me years to understand that love doesn't require you to lose yourself. It's supposed to help you grow deeper into who you already are. I had to
Mhm.
relearn what it meant to be me again. And that's what brought me back into movement and reconnecting with my body, my voice, and my divine feminine energy. In this picture here, you see I was my largest weight I've had ever been, ever. And it might not be big to everybody else, but it was big for me. I felt tight in my skin. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel beautiful. And it was just time for me to do something, let go. And I told myself I would never ever let this happen again. I'm going to pour into myself. I'm going to make sure I'm doing the things for me. And after that, I realized putting dance back into my life, putting movement back into my life. And I became my own business owner. I became an embodiment coach. I became an author. I have multiple certifications. I was a certified makeup artist. That was the very first thing I ever did. I said, you know what? I'm going to do something for me. And I became a certified makeup artist. And it took for me to realize you don't have to dim your light in order to pour into somebody else. But at the end of the day, you have to pour into your cup to ensure that you're doing the best that you can do to step forward and, like I said, be the best you can be. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity because it allowed me to see the things that I actually needed.
Yeah, I remember when funny story, if you guys don't know, me and Keish actually have known each other. Oh man, 10 plus years. We met as bartenders
Yep.
for a private company who did bartending for weddings and events and everything like that back in Detroit, Michigan. And so I was tell we first started talking to each other. Sorry, I just had an alert pop up. We got it going. Um, we first started, we first started dating both of our husbands now at the same time. And I was like, man, listen, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And she was like, oh, I love makeup, but I can't do what you're doing. And I'm like, why can't you? And so I'm just so happy to have seen your journey
Mhm.
and you've seen my journey of before even this was even a thing. I was still in a domestic violence situation when I was first met Keisha. And she was at that time when we first met, you were single or just had gotten out of your relationship. And
Mhm.
so um, I'm just so blessed to have a community of people who just pour into each other and hold each other accountable and to
Definitely.
keep going from when you are in literally stuck in survival mode and
Mhm.
you are stuck in the not knowing, and just having people on that journey is so important. And I'm so excited that we've just been there for each other.
Yeah, we've taken off. It's amazing to have a group
Mhm.
of like-minded individuals who can push you along the way, who can give you that tap on the shoulder, who can give
Mhm.
you that embodiment practice, that can give you that motivational speech at that time when you need it.
'Cause you're always gonna need it.
Always,
You're
always.
always Have you guys ever felt that? Let us know in the chat. Have you ever felt that where, because I feel like, and I've learned that people back away from their community when they are down and out, when
Mhm.
they are in the struggle, when they are going through it. Like right now, you might just be seeing the beginnings of seasonal depression and like the darkness and the cold and all of the things. And so that's when people like to retreat. And I always tell my clients that's when you need to actually move closer to your community. That's when you
Mhm.
need to be getting poured into. That's when, and I celebrate people who are like, you know what? We just had a lady inside Becoming Her who was like, I have been struggling the last 2 weeks. I had every excuse in my brain not to come, not to show up, but I'm here. And so that is why that's so important. And so for me, if you don't know me, I'm Teresa Boyce, and my survival mode was 3 jobs as a single mom. I was a janitor. I just told you the story of me being a bartender and a call center worker. So I worked third shift, I worked weekends, and then I also worked in between during the day. And that was just so I could keep the lights on and food on the table with my children. There was one point where I literally worked 24 hours straight and my body like collapsed in the bed because I was so tired. And I remember lying there exhausted, knowing I couldn't be the mom I wanted to be because I was just tired. I was tired from providing. I was too tired to be able to go take I was a single mom, so they got to go with their dad. And he was always the fun dad, right? He got to go and do the things on the weekends when I had to work. And so he got to do the things. And I I didn't get to. I had to make sure that their stuff was bought, their clothes were ready for school, their lunches were bought, their food was provided for. And so I didn't get to be the mom that got to do the fun things. And in 2018, my husband now asked me, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And I'm going to ask you guys the same. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I just literally broke down when he asked me. I cried because I felt like at that time a failure. Like this was supposed to be my life. This was my life, working exhausted, overwhelmed.
And that definitely happens, when
Mhm.
you don't pour into yourself, for sure.
Exactly. And I felt like I had ruined it. Literally felt like that. Now, at that point, it wasn't that looking back. That was just what I had. That was the story. That was the setup. But here's what shifted everything, deciding I was done with survival mode and learning how to step into being open for more.
Definitely,
Can you
definitely.
still see me? Just wanted to
Yeah,
make
I can
sure.
see you.
Okay. It it kind of went okay, cool. It kind of went wonky a little bit. Okay. So yeah, it was just that I wanted more. I wanted more. And so I am so thankful. I feel like everyone is just one decision away from a completely different life. And that is fully what happened to me. I was one decision away, and that one decision changed everything for me.
Hmm. Definitely. So, here's what we're going to cover today: the 3 money lies that keep women stuck and how to replace them with empowering truths, how to create your dream money life map so you can stop guessing and start living in overflow, daily rituals and identity upgrades you can start today. And yes, at the end, we're going to make you an offer to go deeper with us. And if it resonates with you, that's amazing. And if not, no hard feelings,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. So let's dive in. Lie number one, hard work equals financial freedom. Who feels that? Who has felt that before? That hard work equals financial freedom.
Oh,
I know
man.
I used to think that.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I told you this a while ago. I used to think, well, if I work 40 hours a week, but if I work 50 hours a week and maybe 60, I'll have extra money and I can do this, that, and the third. But then you get the check and you see how much taxes are taken out of it, and then
Mhm.
you're like, is that really worth it? Like, was
Mhm.
that really worth me working so hard, sweating and busting my butt to get a couple extra dollars after the taxes then ripped it out of my check? No,
Exactly. Exactly.
I learned fast.
You have to. You have to learn fast that Hard work literally does not equal financial freedom. You cannot outwork finances. So if I personally believed if I just worked harder, I worked 3 jobs. I worked 24 hours and there was no way I could have worked harder.
Mhm. Yep,
And
you
I was
had
still
3
in
jobs,
poverty.
I had 2 jobs at the time. Yes, I
Yeah.
remember.
But hustle does not equal freedom. It equals burnout.
Mhm.
And I just want you guys to know the empowering truth is that freedom comes from alignment. It comes from having systems in your life and shifting who you are being to not just what you're doing. Survival mode keeps you stuck. Overflow keeps you free.
Definitely.
Mhm.
And, one actionable tip you can take is look at your to-do list. Circle just 2 tasks that actually move you towards more income, freedom, or joy. Everything else is just noise. Focus on those 2 things, just 2 things. And that's what we'll put in your dream life money map today.
Mhm.
All
So
right.
take a moment. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment at what that looks like for you.
Yes.
What are 2 things that you can do today that actually move you towards more income, freedom, or joy?
Mhm. And it doesn't have to be anything astronomical. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be 2
Mhm.
small things, 2
Yep,
small steps that move you forward towards that goal.
exactly. Because those small wins equal up to big wins. So let's say
Mhm.
that you um, want to put $5 out of every check into a savings account, specifically a high yield savings account that actually gets you a return on your investments being in there. Let's say that you want to, um, we talked about the Acorns app. Having the Acorns app on your phone, and every time you make a purchase, it invests your balance into different accounts that
Mhm.
then grows. Those are different ways. Looking at, okay, what's my job? I want to go for being a manager. I want to go for that pay raise. What does that look like? That could be a task that you look
Yeah,
at.
definitely.
Freedom. How can I let's see. Can I start making more money without have more passive income? That's a whole thing. Or
Mhm.
joy. What's your inner child feeling like? What brings you joy? I just started just dancing while cooking and turning on the music and painting with my daughter. So, what are those things that you can start doing that
Mhm.
create income, freedom, or joy, or all
Yeah,
three?
all 3 for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Because we can make money all day, but if it's not making you happy, that might not be the one for you. That might not be it. So we have to find something that brings us joy, freedom, and income all together. I think we talked about this. They said there's 3 things you need in your life: something that pays you, something that makes you happy, and
Yep,
something that you love to do. So think about those things as you're jotting these things down. If they don't come up
exactly.
yet, they'll come up eventually.
And let us know in the chat. What are those 3 things for you? Or Z, you're on. If Zalissa, if you ever want to hop off and chime in, you're more than welcome to. We are here. We want to make everyone get results
Mhm.
because these are the things. This is being in the energy that actually brings results, right? This energy and being able to have that momentum and being able to actually do the things brings results.
Definitely. So let's get into lie number 2. Budgeting and cutting back is the answer.
Hmm.
For years, I thought if I just make myself smaller, didn't take up too much space, everything would be okay. If I just stayed quiet, didn't make any waves, didn't put myself out there and keep the peace, everything would work out for me. But that lie cost me a lot. I remember a time, like I said previously, I didn't have anything of my own to be proud of. I stopped going out, I stopped creating, I stopped working out. I remember my friends coming to me and they asked, "Girl, where you been? You're not showing up like you used to." And I didn't even know how to answer at the time. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got offended, and that's what we do sometimes because we
Mhm.
are defending ourselves. We're like, "What do you mean? I'll come out when I want to. What do you mean? I'll lose weight eventually." We get defensive, but the whole time we need to look within and figure out why we're getting defensive, right?
Mhm.
And I just I just didn't know how to respond. I felt some kind of way. I gained weight, not just physically, but emotional weight. I was carrying the weight of silence, of pretending, of trying to be everything for everyone but myself. I was everything else for everybody. I was a good daughter, a good sister, a good girlfriend at the time, a good coworker. But what was I for me? Nothing. And the biggest, like I said, I was the biggest I had ever been in my life, and I didn't
Mhm.
even realize it. And because I wasn't seeing myself clearly, I realized I wasn't loving myself the way I should be loved. And I want to be clear. This wasn't the person that I was in the relationship's fault. It was my fault for not realizing sooner that I stopped and I never chose me first. We have to
Mhm.
choose us first sometimes to be the best wife, to be the best daughter, to be the best employee. We have to tap into ourselves. Our cup has to be runneth over so full that we have a little extra to pour to
Oh, yeah.
somebody else.
Mm.
I
Yes.
thought shrinking myself was love, but it really was self abandonment. And the moment that I realized that truth, I decided to expand again. I
Mhm.
started moving, not to chase a number on the scale, but just to remember myself, to celebrate my body and how it was at that time, my voice and my power. You know, expansion is what really healed me. And that's why I teach women today, because you don't have to shrink yourself or become small. You get to rise, you get to take up space, and you get to love yourself truly again. My empowering truth, I'm going to tell you this now, overflow comes when you allow yourself to be more, not less. I'm going to say that again. Overflow comes when you allow yourself to be more and not less.
Amen. Say it again.
Okay? Overflow. Overflow comes when you love yourself and allow yourself to be more and not
Mhm.
less. We don't shrink for anybody. And
Mhm.
in this picture, this is when I started stepping into me. I was able to be on different events. I was able to do a collab event. I was with Fitness Online University. I've taught classes. I've taught online classes in Spain, all across the world. And it just allowed me to tap into who I truly was and expand and not care what anybody else think, because at the end of the day, it's what I think about me that matters the
Mm.
most, not anybody else.
Preach it.
And
hundred percent.
I hope you guys feel that way about yourselves. And if not, we're gonna make sure you do by the end of this
Mhm.
call.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. Create this is the actionable tip I want you to take away from this slide right here. Make sure to write it down. Write down 5 ways that you could expand this week. Raise your prices if you're a business owner. Reach out to 3 new leads if you're a business owner. Pitch that idea you've been sitting on. We all have those ideas that I want to do.
Hmm.
Don't tell me you don't. Expansion is where abundance lives. Expansion is where abundance lives. Our we were just talking about this with I have some clients and we had a conversation today. And our brain wants to keep us small.
Hmm.
Our brain wants to keep us small. And it wants us to be afraid of anything and everything that doesn't that's not normal to us, right? If
Hmm.
we even if it's bad for us, this is how domestic violence survivors, domestic violence victims actually stay in their relationship because leaving feels so overwhelming and so different and so scary because it's different than our day-to-day normal. And so our brain, we got to love it because it's trying to keep us safe, but we want to expand, we want to grow, we want to put, so this is a good thing because where you're at right now of not diving into those ideas, not actually living to your full potential, not showing up the way you want to be, guess what? It's not your fault.
Hmm.
It's your brain's fault. And so now that you're aware of that, I was the biggest thing that I've ever been told in my life that changed everything for me is like once your brain expands, it cannot contract. So now that I told you that, you can't go backwards.
Hmm.
You can't go
You cannot.
backwards.
It's
Nope.
like
So,
your
mhm,
brain, like it's fight or flight.
mhm,
You're used to something, so you don't want to change anything. Your brain's like, I don't know if that's safe over there because we've been doing this for so long. You have to
mhm,
tell your brain, listen, it's going to be okay.
mhm.
We're going to do this, and we're going to step
Exactly.
out of our shell and become something different that's better for us.
100%. You're going to. There is no, because we're going to get into the next one. So let's dive into our lie number 3. I'll start once life calms down. This is the thing that keeps most people stuck. I have worked with hundreds of business owners over my career, the last 7 years. I have talked to so many people. And I tell you, I've talked to so many people, it's so many. And let me tell you, they always tell me when they kind of backslide, when they don't go forward things, when things just aren't going their way, they tell me, Teresa, I'm going to get back to it when life calms down. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you a story, and it's very personal to me. This is a very personal story. And this is why I refuse to give in to that lie. Because my mom, she's here on the screen here. My mom used to always tells me that she finally lived her life when she retired from. She was a manager at Walmart. And she always worked nights, weekends, holidays, and her whole life she always wanted to like go travel with my dad. My dad was also a blue collar worker at a factory in Michigan. And she wouldn't have to miss the holidays. She wouldn't have to miss the weekends. She would actually get to travel with my dad. They were going to have a whole retirement and travel the United States. But here's the thing, my mom passed away from ALS before she ever got the chance to do that. She passed away at 60 before she even got to retire. And I remember thinking, and she always told me, like right before she passed away, she told me, I just wish I could have done more. And I don't want to die with those regrets. I know she doesn't want me to die with those regrets. And that's heavy. I know that's heavy because death is final. When you're gone, you're gone. And that's why this lie is so dangerous. When you look at the people who are successful, when they have the $1 million businesses, you would think, oh, they have it easy. Now, granted, as they get more money, you have nannies, cooks, all of the things. But I know so many stories of people who did not, who were homeless, who had kids, who had just eviction notices and all of the things. But guess what? They didn't stop. They kept pushing forward in spite of those things because they had a huge why of why they're doing this. And all I have to tell you is that waiting costs more than you starting messy, trying to figure it out. And all I have to say to you is that if you don't have a big enough why, sit with this. Sit with why you aren't starting, with why you haven't pushed through, with why you have let all of your excuses for the life that you want to have hold you back. And you tell yourself, because I'm going to let you know, a lot of these people are going to come January 1st. And if you're in the fitness industry, you know that's when everyone wants to lose weight because new year, new me. New year, I'm going to be the best version of myself.
Yep. But we don't have to wait.
We
We
don't.
don't have to wait to
Mm-mm.
start. It doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to be polished. It can just be a start,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I want everybody to pick one messy action you can take within the next 24 hours. Maybe it's making a post on social media, having that conversation with a client or a friend, or even joining us inside Becoming Her. But pick one messy action that you can take within the next 24 hours that'll push you towards your goals.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to anchor down on it with daily rituals and identity upgrades you can start using right now. Because when you embody overflow daily, you'll never go back to survival mode. It's all about mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to type start in the chat if waiting has cost you too much already. Have you already been through that? Have you been waiting to do something that you haven't done that could have been done by now? Oh, perfect example, Teresa. We talk about this all the time. How many times have you invented something in your mind and you be like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. And then you see it in the flesh. You've thought of your invention, somebody else manifested the same thing and came up with that idea. Have you ever been through that, Teresa?
Yes, I remember talking about this of me and my ex, we invented DoorDash before DoorDash was a thing. Because my car broke down and we both didn't have a car. It was our one reliable car. It broke down. And we're like, wouldn't it be great if someone could just deliver your groceries to you? Oh my God, that would be so huge.
Hmm.
We did a whole business plan. Guess what? It was huge. It
Yep,
was
it was.
huge.
It was. Uber
Be a
Eats,
billionaire right now.
DoorDash, all
Oh
the
yeah.
above.
Mhm. Invented it back in that was shoot 2010, 2009, something like
Mm,
that. Mhm. Yep.
man, I tell you.
I swear to goodness. So let us know. Has that happened to you? Have you had something where you didn't act on it and it just someone else did? Because I've heard the saying that there are no new ideas out there, only people who act on them. And I was
Yep,
like, oh my gosh, if that isn't the truth.
yep.
If that isn't the truth. So I don't want you to just hear this. I want you to feel it. Survival mode doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body. And that's what sets us apart. We're not just energy work, we're not just body movement, and we're not just action. We combine all three because when you have energy, when you have embodiment and aligned action working all together, that's when you have the perfect storm of becoming unstoppable and start seeing real change. That's why I'm handing it over to my co founder, Shakeisha, to guide you through a short embodiment break so you can feel the shift in your body right now.
Hmm. I remember being so disconnected from myself that I didn't even notice, like I said, how heavy I was. And I meant in
Mhm.
how heavy I was in emotions. My shoulders were tight. My breath was shallow. I wasn't even taking actual deep breaths and being grateful for the breath of life. I was living on edge and I was in survival mode. But when you're in survival mode, your body becomes your battlefield. The
Mhm.
tension builds up in your hips, in your chest, and your jaw, and all those unspoken words and emotions get trapped inside you. I didn't realize how much I was holding until I started moving my body again. And that's why embodiment work matters so much to me. It's not just about movement, it's about releasing the pain, releasing the pressure, and all the pieces of yourself you've been holding hostage. Survival mode does not just live in your bank account, it lives in your body. And when you move, you remind your body that it's safe to feel again, it's safe to be free again. So I just want to do a quick embodiment activation from survival to overflow with you all. And if you are sitting directly, if you're sitting in a chair, I would just want you to make sure that your feet are grounded underneath you. You feel the earth beneath your feet. And we're going to start tapping into the body because survival mode, like I said, doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your shoulders, your hips, and in your breath. So we're going to shift that energy right now. So I want you to sit up tall, spine nice and straight, and I want you to roll your shoulders back. And go ahead and keep them back. Make sure your chest is forward. And I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale all the weight you've been carrying. One more time. Big deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Nothing that is no longer serving you today. Now I want you to take your hands and shake them. Shake out that negative energy. Let's move the tension through your body. Shake your arms, shake your shoulders. Let the tension move through you. Tell your body, we are safe. It is okay. Now I want you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly and say this with me within or out loud. I am stepping out of survival mode and I am stepping into overflow. Breathe that in. Take a deep breath in. Feel your chest expanding and your energy rise, and exhale. Now I want you to repeat after me, inside or out. I am safe to rest. I am worthy of receiving. My softness is my strength. My body is my home. I am allowed to take up space. Abundance flows to me with ease. I trust my power. I trust my path. I am becoming the woman I was always meant to be. Take another deep breath in, feeling your chest rise through your nose and release through your mouth with an audible sigh. That openness that you feel right now, that is lightness. That is your new baseline. Peace, power, and abundance. This is what embodiment work does. It reconnects you to the woman you were before the world or anybody else told you to shrink. It reminds your body what freedom feels like. And if your body is saying yes right now, pull that into your spirit, into your soul. That is your invitation to keep going. Inside my classes, inside my programs, and becoming her, we take moments like this and turn them into a lifestyle of flow, healing, and divine feminine power. Because you deserve to live in overflow, not survival. You deserve to move like the woman you are becoming today, not tomorrow. And that's why embodiment is so important. You are tapping into the woman. You are remembering who you are. You are becoming her today. You're not waiting on anybody else. When you shift your state, you shift your story. And that's exactly what becoming her is all about.
100%. Who feels good? Let
I
me know
hope
in
you
the
feel
chat.
good. Comment and let me know how you feel after that for sure.
I'm feeling just relaxed.
Open, light, ready to step forward and move to your next path.
100%. So good. That was a nice little shift. So
Mhm.
now that we're feeling good, we're feeling light, I want to do something powerful together. This is where you stop guessing and finally see what overflow looks like for you. So grab your notebook if you don't have it and a pen, and we're going to create your dream life money map. So here's how it works. Step one, we need our baseline needs. So write down the amount of your non-negotiables. This keeps your lights on. This is your house, your home, your utilities, your groceries, your transportation, your childcare. Or take a moment, we'll give you a couple minutes and write all of those down.
Yeah, the things that you need that's necessary for you to
Mhm.
live your life every month.
Yep,
What are those things? What are the numbers that go with those things?
exactly. What's your rent or your mortgage? What's your
Mm-hmm.
gas bill, your electric bill, your phone bill, because we
Talking
know
about,
we need a phone,
talking
your
about pet
internet,
insurance. I just added that pet insurance.
pet insurance, your health insurance, your
Mm-hmm.
groceries, your transportation, your gas, your
Mm-hmm.
um childcare, like that amount. What else do you
Even if
have?
it's something that you know you want for yourself, like, oh, I know I want these popsicles. That's non-negotiable. Whatever it may be, your little cheats, write them all down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it can be a rough estimate. You don't have to have exact numbers. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Now we're going to talk about your lifestyle upgrade. Now, dream a little. We want you to open up the brain. What would make life feel easier, freer, more abundant? Weekly date nights, travel, better schools for your children, paying off debt, hiring help? Write down that monthly dollar amount. Rough estimates if you don't know exactly how much any of those things cost, but what would, I know we always talk about having, if not, I would say lifestyle upgrade. My overflow goes would be a chef, but I would say my lifestyle upgrade would be where I get the meals delivered to my home or the grocery, where I could use Instacart. That would be a lifestyle upgrade.
Right.
Um, Date nights, regular date nights, being able to have
Oh
that
yeah.
babysitter that comes and watches your kids so you can have a weekend away.
Definitely
And
travel for me. I want to travel
mhm,
more. I want more
mhm,
date nights. I want to,
mhm,
I want, of course, we are going to say, I want more time, but everybody gets the same amount of time. So we can't put that down. But there's things that can improve your life that's not necessarily overflow goals just yet. The small things, the
mhm,
little dreams.
exactly. So once you have that done, and dream, you don't have to be like, oh, I can't afford that. So now three is your overflow goals. These are going to be what would true overflow look like for you? Giving generously to charities, building wealth that your kids get to inherit, having trusts for them, creating investments, leaving a legacy to your children and your grandchildren. And that, what does overflow look like for you? Having that chef come into your home and cook you a meal, having your dream car, having your dream home where you want to live. Maybe it's in a different country. What does overflow look like for you? Imagine that. Think about that. Write down those numbers. And then once you have that down, we're going to total it all up. We're going to add these numbers together, and that's your dream life money map number. I'll give you a second to finish that up because this is so important. Like, this is what keeps you going when you're
Mhm.
not getting, when you're stuck in survival mode, when everything is overwhelming around you. Why are you doing this stuff? What do you want? What are your goals in life? Remember, I asked you at the beginning of this recording of where do you see yourself in 5 years? These are those dreams. So now that you see your dream life money map, some of you might be thinking that number feels so far away. If you feel that, let me know in the chat. But here's what I've learned about quantum leaping: change doesn't always happen step by step. Sometimes it happens all at once. When you decide you're done with survival and you embody overflow right now, That's when I started I own Automate Your Hustle with my husband, and I was not fully ready. I'm gonna tell you that. I had no idea about any of that. But I decided, I'm like, let's go all in. I stepped into that next level version of myself before I even had proof. And the leap happened. The opportunities, the money, the clarity. Sometimes all you get is like that first step. You don't get to see the whole staircase because it's covered in fog. And all you have to do is make a decision that I am just going to keep going forward, and the rest of the staircase is going to reveal itself to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And it all rushed in because I aligned my energy with where I was going, not where I was stuck. And not who I was. I was a janitor cleaning toilets on third shift. I was not a SaaS creator or I had no idea what software, like what that was. That was so not me. And that's what this map is for you. It's not just about numbers. It's about anchoring into your future self and letting her pull you forward.
Definitely. And here's one actionable tip you could take right away. Choose one line from your dream life money map, just
Mhm.
one, and ask yourself, what's the next small action I can take this week to move closer to this? Just one action. Like we said earlier, one action at a time adds up every day. So
Mhm.
just pick one action. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Take one action from your dream life money map and ask yourself, what can I do to move closer to this week? It doesn't have to be big. It may be reaching out to a new lead, setting up a savings transfer, committing to a new daily ritual. Even the Acorns app, we mentioned that earlier. That's one of my favorite things. I don't even see the money disappearing. They just round up your change into a savings account, and you'll remember when you need it. And one small embodiment action, consistency. Start building momentum towards your map. That's how
Mhm.
you start walking it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not just in your head, but it's in your energy, in your habits, and in your
Mhm.
body.
Yeah. So let us know. I want to know in the chat, what's one action you're going to take this week to get you closer to that? Let us know in the chat.
Please do.
I'm going to sit here and stare at you awkwardly until you do.
Hmm.
I want to know because this is the you taking the action right now is that thing. Is that one thing.
It's
You
aligning.
typing in right now because it's so easy to hop on a live training and to watch it and to just sit back and not be a part of it. But when you're actually taking the action, that is when you start noticing change. That is when you start noticing the change. So I'm looking at the chat.
Mhm.
I'm looking at it. I don't see nothing. But while you're doing that, I'm gonna give you a moment. I just know. I know you. I know you right now. I know you're just thinking of what to type. You're just typing. So let's talk about the identity shift. Now, some of you might be looking at those numbers and thinking that feels so far away. But here's what I've learned about quantum leaping. It is where you shift those energies, right? It's where your desires don't come from nowhere. You are feeling the desire inside of you right now because you were given that gift. And like I said at the beginning, I don't care if you believe in God. If you don't believe in God, I say I'm more spiritual than I am not. And so you are not given you that is your purpose. That little nudge of saying, hey, this is your higher self over here saying, hey, it's time. Step into me now. I'm waiting for you. Where are you at? Where you been at? That's your future version of you. Saying the faster you embody me, the identity of me, the faster reality rearranges to match it.
Hmm.
Because energy comes, you attract your life because of the energy that you give off.
Definitely.
100%. And
You
when you
put
shift
out.
your identity, you shift your, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say
Yes.
what you the energy you put out there is what you're gonna receive.
Mm-hmm. 100%. I don't see anything in the chat yet. So when you shift your identity, you shift your confidence, your abundance, your peace, your entire reality. Like I told you at the beginning of this training, I was a janitor on third shift. I was a bartender. And now I own a six-figure business.
Hmm.
I made less than $2,000 a month. We now overly triple that. And so it all started when I started to shift my identity,
Oh yeah.
when I shifted how I showed up, when I started listening to those universal nudges and those things saying, "Hey, there's more." I asked you at the beginning of this, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What came up is that nudge. And so I don't want you so I want you to let us know in the chat, what is that for you? What action are you going to be taking today,
Hmm.
in and out, in this week, to get you closer to that? Because that action is where you're going to see the difference. It's where you're going to see it's where you're going to see the change.
Definitely. It's all
Mhm.
about action. And when you
100%.
start to move, yeah, when you start to move like the woman you want to become, or the way you're gonna, things are just start happening on its own.
Mhm.
You have to live in that energy of abundance, live in that
Mhm.
energy of embodiment, and know that, like I said, abundance is your birthright. You were born to have abundance, where no one is limited to just the bare minimum. We deserve everything that we manifest, and when we say that, you have to truly embody the feeling and the emotion
Mhm.
behind it. I deserve abundance. Abundance is my birthright. Believe it. And that energy that you put out, it's going to come back to you 10 times. And you got to believe it. You got to be so delulu that you know for a fact it's going to
You
happen. Dance around, know it, and don't let nothing else change your mind.
No, 100%. And that's the thing I want to, and good for, okay, so Alyssa, keep working on that nervous system. That is what we're here for, to help you out with, because that nervous system is what is going to regulate your emotions.
Mhm.
It is what is going to get you, your nervous system is the embodiment, is getting you out of your head and into your
Yep.
body, is getting you to release the negativity, is getting you to be okay with all of the scary things and to be able to hold
Yep.
that capacity, right? And so let me know if you're watching this, let me know in the chat, what is the one thing that you're going to do today and this week that is going to get you to the life and the outcome that you want to have? Because, like Shakeisha just said, abundance is your birthright. It is for you. It is for you're taking. These people who are wealthy out there aren't wealthy because they just are better than you. They just took action when they
Mhm.
were scared. They took, now I'm not talking about those who were born into it and yada yada. I'm talking about the people who completely changed their life. They were
Yep.
homeless and now they are a millionaire. They were about to be evicted and now they're running corporate careers. Now they were this. The story that you have right now doesn't have to be doesn't have to be your life at forever. It does not
Mhm.
have to be your life forever. And that's just what
Definitely.
I want people to know. I want people to know it doesn't have, you are one decision away from a completely different life.
Yep. And abundance comes to those. Abundance is
Mhm.
for everybody, and it is our
Mhm.
birthright, but it only comes to you when you embody that energy, when you demand it, when you say, this is
Exactly.
what I'm going to have, and nothing can change, along with action. You
Mhm.
can't just be like, "Oh, please give me $1 million." That's not gonna work, right?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure we all been in a place in our life, or even as a kid, like, "I'll never do this again if you just let me do this," and then we don't keep working towards those goals, right? So we have to really channel that energy of abundance every day. Every day we wake up, and yes, the nervous system will definitely hold you back, girl. I'm gonna tell you this now.
Uh-huh.
It's the We talked about it earlier. Your nervous system is gonna say, I don't know, we're doing something new. I'm not sure what this is. I don't think it's safe. That's where you tap in and say, nobody, it's okay. Take a deep breath in, exhale, let your
Mhm.
body know it's okay. We're doing
Yep.
something new. We may not be used to this, but we're stepping into abundance this way. And guess what? Your nervous system is going to be like, oh, okay, we can do this then. It's like fight or flight. We don't want that. We want our nervous system to know it is okay, but it is natural. It is 100% natural for our body to be like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. But in that moment, it's our job to say, you know what? Yes, I can. I can do
Mhm.
that. And nothing can change the way I feel about my emotions. I can do that. And you see how I'm saying it with passion? We have to believe it, not just say it out loud. Embody
Amen.
the feeling. That's what embodiment is about: feeling, believing, and seeing, visualizing before it even happens, as if you already have it in your life. We're giving gratitude to these things right now, not tomorrow, not, oh, I'll do it. No, you do it right then and there. When these feelings come up, I do. It happens to the best of us. We're
Mhm.
all humans. Our nervous system is going to try to protect us. We're going to have doubts in our mind, but that's our job to literally say, it's okay, body. We got this. We're going to do it. We're abundant and we're moving towards it. That's nothing else. And smile and nod.
There was like someone I watched and they were saying that you don't have to hold on to every feeling that comes up in your body. You can just be like, I don't accept that and let it go. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't accept you. Imma let you
Mhm.
go." And that's the thing that our feelings aren't facts, right? Just because we feel something or something comes up in our nervous system or in our brain doesn't mean it's a fact, and doesn't mean you
Mhm.
have to accept it, and doesn't mean you have to take it on. You can be like, I don't accept you," or "I'm glad you were here. Bye," or just
Mhm.
ignore it completely. You don't have to take on all, and that is such a hard thing to train.
Yep. And
But I
even
want
if
you
you
to
just,
reframe that. Yeah, I
mhm.
want you to reframe that. I want you to say that this isn't hard, that I can easily change. And our language is so important.
Oh,
What
yes.
we speak, our words. If you are biblical, God, if you believe in it, created this whole world by speaking it into existence. And we were made in his image.
Let there be light, baby.
So why can't we?
You're right.
Right? And so
Yeah.
it's like, and even if you believe in the universe and the like this almighty thing, why aren't you powerful? Because you were created by the energy. You are created to be powerful. But we get stuck in what other people think of us. What our brain just like really wants us to hate ourselves sometimes.
Mhm.
And it's like, so you have to retrain that. And that takes, it's not an overnight thing.
Yeah.
So, oh, go ahead.
No, I'll just say, yeah, I just agreeing.
So we don't want you to just leave inspired. We want you leaving with something you can use every single morning to anchor in abundance. This is something that we give our Becoming Her members. And if you are registered for this workshop, we will be emailing it out, our daily ritual, to you. So after
Mhm.
this training, look out in your email. You'll be getting this lovely, beautiful manifesto.
Definitely.
Hmm.
Definitely.
And I want to
You
read
know,
it to you. Oh, go ahead.
you sure? Okay. I wanted to say this before we get into the five.
Yeah.
So it's okay to feel your feelings.
Hmm.
It's 100% okay to feel your feelings. But when they come up, it's also okay to say, like Teresa said, thank you for that, but I'm going to let you drift away because you don't serve me right now. You're
Hmm.
not serving me for what I'm trying to do. You're not serving me for the things I'm trying to move forward in. And we're just going to acknowledge that. But acknowledging them allows them to you to process them, allows you to say,
Mhm.
you know what, that's okay. I feel this way, but what are we going to do to move forward? So
Mhm.
I just wanted to say that. But
Yeah.
um, we're getting into the 5 minute daily money ritual. So this beautiful wallpaper, Teresa said you guys are going to get. So the first thing we want you to do, we want you to anchor your number. Declare your dream life money map. Write it down. Say, this is going to be mine. I will have it. Two, embody overflow. Breathe, move, step into abundance, and really believe it.
Mhm.
Three, claim one bold action. One step daily keeps you consistent and confident. Because when you do that one small action, you're going to be like, huh, look at me. I did that. Pat yourself on the back. Okay.
Mhm.
Celebrate yourself because it doesn't matter if it's small or big. You did that.
Exactly.
Four, gratitude and expectation. Thank the overflow that is already on its way to you.
Mhm.
You already have it. Thank it. Be grateful for it in that moment. Detach from outcome. Number five, release control. I know this is hard, but release control and allow this or something better. If this doesn't work, that means the universe and God has something different planned for you that may be 10 times
Mhm.
better. Don't sulk, don't feel any kind of way. Just wait for it because it's on its way to you.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that what's meant to be yours is not to be lost.
Hmm.
So if it doesn't work its way out, it just meant that it wasn't for you. It doesn't mean that something else isn't, that there isn't something greater out there waiting for you and that is not something better. I was, I couldn't have even imagined what my life is right now 10 years ago. And but if you would have asked me 10 years ago what I wanted, I'm glad it did not work out for me because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And so I think that it's so important to know that just because where you're at isn't where you want to be, it's not a failure. It's just I haven't found the thing that I'm meant for. And that's why those one bold actions every day is so important. It is so important. And this takes just 5 minutes and we've created the phone lock. And like I said, that it will be to you in your email. I'm so excited. And I also want to just say one thing that if I want to point out this one right here. I live in gratitude and expectation. I give thanks for what is already here and I expect even more. My life is a magnet for miracles. And when you're in the moment where it's not working out, why did this client leave? Why did this bill come that was unexpected? Why did this thing happen? Why? I need you to take a moment and instead of getting stuck in that spiral, take a breath, get out of your head and into your body, and list out 10 things that you are thankful for right now. And that gratitude is what is the energetically what attracts more to you. When you're in the negative and you're closed and you are shut off, it is so hard to attract more to you because you are just negative, you're shrinking, you're not expanding. But when you're in abundance, when you're in gratitude, when you are just fiery, there everything is attracted to you because you're abundant. And have you ever met someone where it's like, I don't know why I'm talking to you, but I feel like connected to you, or oh my gosh, I feel like we've known each other forever. That's where that comes from. Is their energy is just radiant and you're attracted
Mhm.
to that. They also say, and I heard this and I was like, oh, that's an interesting thought, is that they say that single women are attracted to married men because they're attracted to that woman's radiance through him. And I was like, I'm gonna not be radiant to my husband. Just kidding. I was like, that makes so much sense. I was like, they just see a man that's being taken care of and all of these things, and they're like, ooh. It's not the man, it's your energy through him.
Hmm.
And I'm like, nope, not mine.
Yeah.
Not mine, not today. So now here's the truth. We're only on here for 90 minutes. You only have me for a couple little bit. We want to give you real value, real action, and you're leaving tonight with a clear vision and those first steps. We talked about the 3 money lies, and we talked about the our dream life money map. But let's be honest, real life transformation does not happen in just 90 minutes. I could tell you all the things that I know. I could give you all of the things. We would be here for 90 days, and you would be like, Teresa, I don't want to hear your mouth again. And I want you to tell you, it happens when you have a framework, when you're guided step by step, and when you've got accountability and a community holding you to your vision. And if you don't mind, I am going to make you an offer. You can leave right now. You can stay on a listen. It's okay if you don't buy. We just wanted to have everyone in the energy because that's what becoming her is for. So you don't just dream about this map, you actually get to live it. And so I want to ask you, are you okay with us sharing you about becoming home, becoming her, not becoming home, becoming her? Let us know in the chat if that is okay with you, because this is our baby. I spent all year literally figuring out. I went back to when I was a janitor before Marquise asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I brain dumped almost 7 years of my life. Almost 7 years of my life. And I was like, what got me from being a janitor and a bartender to running a 6-figure business? What was that process? Because that was a whirlwind, and I couldn't have. In the process, there was no roadmap. There were bits and pieces of roadmaps I was following because I did invest in mentors and I did invest in different learnings, but it was all at different periods of my life. But like, what was that path? What was that journey? What happened? How did I get here? And I had went to an event at the earlier beginning of this year, and I spoke to someone at the event. I bought the VIP ticket and I got poured into. And I even from getting to where I was to where I'm at right now, I was lost. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I was behind my husband. Like he was like the star. He's the tech guy. He knows all of the things. I'm like, I feel like his secretary most of the day. I don't feel like I'm confident. I don't feel like I'm in my power. I don't feel all of that. And she poured into me. And it's like, all of these things you got from where you are to here. So I went on this discovery. I went on this journey. And I brain dumped and I thought and I looked and I'm like, okay, what got me here is the fact of my belief in myself and personal development of all of the identity work I've done, all of the accountability I have given myself. I looked at everything that went right. What went right? Why did I do this? Where was I falling off and what brought me back? And that's how becoming her was created. And I went to Shakeisha and I'm like, you are the embodiment queen. You know the chakras and the crystals and the embodiment work and the breath work and the meditations. And I'm like, I have the identity work and the frameworks and the this and that. And I'm like, let's come together. And do you want to do this with me? Because we had just created power manifestation, because we have manifested every single thing that we have said that we've wanted, we have manifested it. So we wrote the power manifestation. I'm like, hey, what if we take this but expand upon it and do more and help more? And that's how becoming her was created. So Z says she's ready, she's good. So let's dive into
Yeah,
upgrading your identity.
for sure. When I finally started doing the work, I realized I couldn't heal in isolation. I needed a sisterhood. I needed women who could see me, who could hold me
Mhm.
when I forgot who I was, who can keep me accountable. And that's what this community gives. It's not just information, it's transformation. Because when we move together, breathe together, and rise together, we remember that healing doesn't happen alone. It happens in the mirror in each of each other's strengths.
Mhm.
Every class, every live, every mod, and every moment is a reminder that we're not just surviving anymore. We're reclaiming, we're expanding, and we're becoming her together.
Exactly. 100%. And I just
Community.
want to say, one of our ladies who are, I mean, shoot, I should have pulled up our community. Like, I feel so empowered. We have a lot of ladies in there. I feel so empowered. One of our ladies says that just taking bold actions, not trying to do all the things all the time, has helped me quiet the noise. I told her, like, a lot of people struggle because they want to, like, you get this idea and you have to do it right now, right? You have to do all of the things all the time. And if you don't get all of the things all done, you feel crappy about yourself. And really what I have found in success and when I've just looked at all of these successful people, it's all of the little things that add up over time. Not just doing this one big thing and now, oh boom, you're rich. It's all of these little key pieces and being okay with just getting small things done every day. I don't know if you guys have read the Atomic Habits book, but chef's kiss to it because it's all of these little micro habits that you create in your life that add up into your big result. And here's the thing, when you get that one thing that you set up for yourself, you get the one thing done. You tell yourself, I'm going to do this one thing, and you get it done. Boom, micro win. You have dopamine. You're good. And then it sets you up for success. It gets you to want to be like, oh, maybe I can do two things tomorrow. And then boom, you get it done. You are building confidence in yourself. You're building that track record. You're letting go of whatever was. Whoever you were yesterday does not matter. We don't care. We love her and we leave her alone because that doesn't have anything to do with who we are today. And that's what we help you do within becoming her. We help you let all of the past go and step into who you are meant to be and give you those one actions every day that add up into who you are becoming. And that's what this work does. It takes you out of the noise and survival mode and into clarity and overflow. And knowing the lies is powerful. Replacing them with the empowering truths is the transformation. But the real breakthrough comes when you have the frameworks,
Hmm.
the daily rituals, and a community to walk it out with you, a safe space to show up and ask your questions and to move through those things. That's why we created the Becoming Her membership. It's where women come to rewire their money story, embody overflow through daily rituals, and upgrade their identity to success so it becomes second nature and you become the woman that can hold that success.
Hmm. For sure.
Hmm.
And when you do join us inside the Becoming Her membership, you're not just getting information, you're getting integration. Here's what you get inside: a clear 30-day next level plan that keeps you focused on overflow at all times, daily rituals that rewire your money mindset, identity upgrades so success becomes natural to you. And maybe the most important part, which is my favorite part, you'll have a community of women walking beside you. No more doing it alone, no more survival mode. Together we rise, we become her together. All for $47 a month.
I mean, come on now.
And not to mention
47.
our we have a live we have a two live Q&As
Mhm.
every month. We have live training every month, something new that's going to help you step into your highest self and make sure that abundance is your first mindset. You, of course, filling your cup is first, but abundance is the very right there, right afterwards.
I am so excited. We have so many great events coming up. Just December 1st, we're doing the Becoming Board, where we're not doing vision boards for 2026. We are doing becoming boards where we're planning out our vision for what 2026 looks like and what are those key pieces to become her.
Mhm.
And I'm also really excited about the whole goal and end result of becoming her is so that you can create your dream life roadmap, your next level plan, the 30-day next level plan, where you are mapping out for 30 days exactly what that looks like, exactly what those things are. And then you have us to help hold you accountable, to help you through those steps, and to help you when you're struggling through those things and you don't want to show up, you don't want to do the things that are going to get you into that next level, that new identity. We're like, hey, let's bring it back. Let's do this together. We are here together.
Oh yeah. I'm also excited about November 17th. We have the meditation for
Yes.
absolute beginners. So if you've never
Mhm.
meditated ever in your life before, I'm going to guide you through how you can embody that power on your own, through guided meditations, just so you can understand how your body needs to feel, how your body needs to
Mhm.
shift to get into that mode. So this is going to be very exciting. And this isn't our first live. This is our first live training. This is our third, fourth,
Fourth?
third, and fourth, I
Yeah.
believe. So I look forward to these and showing new things that can help women become her today, not tomorrow, not waiting until you have more time, none of that. It's time to step into our power now with a community that is right beside us anytime we need that boost of confidence.
Exactly. And that's why I love the we have 10 out of 10 recommend for the self-sabotage SOS kit. This is when you're about to self-sabotage. Let's identify that. Let's stop it in its tracks. Let's figure out why are we about to self-sabotage? Where are we at? And how do we help you process through that? That's already waiting for you when you log in. Our quick cash confidence workshop, that's
Mhm.
already there. And if you do join Becoming Her by Sunday, this ritual that we had done, the money activation ritual, is only available for people who do buy through our training. So you will get access to that training. And this is like takes what we just went through together, but it is so more in depth. It gives you my decide framework, and we are diving deeper into what we just went through today. How do we actually map out this activating more money? Keish does such great embodiment work in that. It's just taking this and it's an hour-long training of just in-depth goodness. I'm so
And it's,
excited. So you
and it's
will get access to that, but only if you buy by Sunday. Otherwise, that's only our live little bonus that if you get through here. So I just am so excited for what we built. We've helped so many women so far
yes.
just move and get out of their own way.
And what
Get
makes
out of
me
their own way.
so happy about it is
Mhm.
the them doing the work. That's the most important thing. The women are actually doing the work that we lay out and reporting
Mhm.
that they're having so much success. Things are working out. They're able to get things done. And that's why we do it. We do it because we want to push you forward. Yes, it's a
Mhm.
business. Yes, everybody's going to pay for something. But at the end of the day, we want to ensure that women feel good about themselves, women can pour into themselves, and they can step
Mhm.
into their highest selves with a community around them to support them. That's what I love most about becoming her.
100%. And we help you make more money and be able to not be afraid of money. I think women were just ever since the beginning of time. I feel like it was the men that were making money and doing the things. And how dare you want money? And you're taking on everyone else's trauma around money and everyone else's story around money. You don't have your own. And so we help you build out your own money story and really figure out what's your relationship with money, because I think
Mhm.
that that's the most important thing. So I do want to open it up if anyone has any questions of anything that we went over today. Want feedback on where you're at with your business, with your life, with where you're at in the time that you're in right now.
Yes.
we're here for a few more minutes. Ask away.
And while you guys are getting the questions together, I just wanted to
Mhm.
say divine feminine energy lives in flow.
Mhm.
Hustling and bustling is masculine energy.
Mhm.
Okay. We're trying to live in our divine feminine energy and let things
Mhm.
flow to us naturally by calling them in, by making these affirmations and actually believing them. We're calling in this energy to us and allowing abundance to flow ever so effortlessly throughout our life. That's what it's all about, becoming her, stepping into your divine feminine. So, like Teresa said, if you have any questions, definitely drop them in the chat because the things that are holding you back is the exact reason why you need this community.
Mhm. Exactly. I Oh, thank you. I hope you had any you got what you needed out of it. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. I'll just drop the link to becoming her. If anyone on the live stream or in the um inside want to, if you have any questions, let us know because we just want everyone. I just get so emotional about this, Keish, because I just want everyone to wake up on the first of the month with peace, not panic. Knowing you're no longer starting over at zero. Seeing your dream life money map come alive because you've built a foundation of abundance. That's the becoming her promise. And tonight you get to step into it
Hmm.
and decide that you're done with survival mode and ready for the overflow.
Yep. We do not need to be in survival mode anymore because everything is already
Mhm.
on its way to you. Once you in the program, once we reprogram your mind, once you reprogram the way you think about things, once we reset our nervous system with these embodiment practices, you start to realize I don't have to do much to get what I need. I just need to take actionable steps, and it's going to flow to me effortlessly.
Mhm. 100%. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out. You'll be getting an email with the link as well, and our lovely screen lock thing. And I hope you guys all have a great night, and we will see you all next time.